Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing rather well today on this very windy and very smoky day here on our homestead in Australia. If you haven't been following the news or you're just not aware, Australia has not had a break, honestly, we haven't. We are in a very bad drought at the moment. There are many bushfires happening in all parts of Australia. It's not just Queensland, it's not just New South Wales, it's all over, which is really disappointing. I posted a status, I think it might have been a week ago, just letting you guys know that we're doing all right. The fires haven't affected us. They have come very close though. Up over this ridge, this mountaintop here, probably about 10 kilometers that way, there were some fires that were burning, and as you can see, there is a lot of smoke in the air that has just been blowing around from everywhere. One of the major highways that a lot of people use to get up that range has been closed due to the fires and burning the trees, and it just really not being safe for motorists to travel on. So in many ways, the drought, the fires are affecting everybody. Not only for people that have asthma because there's so much smoke in the air, and it's just a really hard time for everybody, whether it's the fire or the drought. So I know that you guys are definitely thinking of us, and if you are the praying type, then feel free to pray for those people that are affected by all of this. But that's not what this video is about. I am in my garden that honestly looks almost the same as it has for a long time. But I'm just going to set you down over here. I want to have a little chit chat before I give you guys a little garden tour. If you are not a follower of Roots and Refuge Farm, you're probably not aware, or you may be aware, but Jess is currently doing a few, like a mini series basically aimed towards YouTubers that are just starting out, that need some sort of advice. I'm sure as a very large channel, she is probably bombarded daily on questions on how to do sort of thing, what to do's and what not to do's. So this series that she's doing currently is amazing. She's also doing it with somebody else. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I watched the second episode. It was basically about editing, their editing style, their editing process and stuff like that. And she has really got me thinking about our channel, our growth, what we are sort of wanting to accomplish with our channel, what our style is about. Basically, she's really got me thinking in a good way though, because although we are only fairly new, we have been doing YouTube for 6 months. We've built a little family of people that are on our little Bilkurra Bandwagon here with us, which is amazing. And you guys are actually helping us out so much, because we definitely are not a how-to channel. We're not giving you tutorials on gardening. We're literally just showing you our experiences as new homesteaders, telling you what we've learnt and what we haven't learnt. So that's sort of like what we're about. We're not a how-to channel at all. It's literally just our journey, learning as we go and just sharing it with you guys. Something that we noticed when we were searching for homesteading channels was that there was not many, if any, other LGBTQ+ homesteading families within the homesteading type community. I'm sure there are heaps and heaps of us that are actually homesteaders, but there isn't many people that are sharing their journey and sharing their stories. So we're like, we're not experts by any means, but surely we can share our story, and I'm sure people will enjoy watching it as well, and they can relate with us, being that they're either new homesteaders. They are a part of the LGBTQ plus community. So that's sort of like what we aim to achieve when we set out to making this YouTube channel. We definitely didn't start a YouTube channel in the hopes of being able to make a whole heap of money off of YouTube, because if you're starting a YouTube channel for that, I think you're really kidding yourself. I think it takes a very long time to make any type of money when you're starting out a YouTube channel. And honestly, when I'm watching channels that have sponsorship deals and all that sort of stuff, it just doesn't come across as genuine. Anyway, I'm dragging on a little bit. Jess from Roots and Refuge Farm has me thinking about our channel and really is motivating me to continue with this, be consistent, create some pretty awesome content, and just share our story with you guys. When it comes to our editing style, we like to throw in a whole heap of music and make it look nice and just engaging. That's what I like to make when I make videos. This video probably won't be like super engaging because I'm doing a lot of talking, but when we make YouTube videos, I want them to be engaging. I want it to be like eye-poppingly orgasmic. Probably shouldn't have said that. But in saying that, I know that there are people that are like, oh, why do they have to play music all the time? Like, can't they just make it a little bit more relaxing? And I get it. Some people don't like it. Some people really like it. Take White House on a Hill, for example. Like, they use a lot of fancy editing and it looks amazing. Honestly, it does. And I think that's just their style. They've always sort of been like that. And I love that side of things. They actually inspire me when I'm editing. But not everybody likes that, and I don't necessarily want my channel to be all about that. I want to be able to tell a story and share our experiences and also learn from you guys in the comments, because we don't know everything, believe it or not. But yeah, I'm watching that series with Jess from Roots and Refuge. If you are starting out as a YouTuber and you want some advice on whether it be editing or whatever, I would definitely recommend checking it out because it is super helpful. I was like, am I taking too long to edit my videos? Jess says that she takes an hour to edit. I'm like, an hour? Are you a freaking superhero? Like, because it takes me 3 hours, 4 hours, but I'm also making it super fancy with my crazy editing. Do I need to focus so much on my crazy editing? Probably not. Yeah, it looks cool, but do I want to do that in every single video? Absolutely not. So I think for the future of our channel, we are still going to have some nice crazy editing, but it's not going to be the all and end all of our videos. Like, sometimes you just want to grab the camera and have a chat and there not be any crazy editing in it. And you know, I think it's cool to have a little bit of both. So as for our YouTube style, I'm still trying to work that out. As for our YouTube uploading schedules, I'm still trying to work that out, honestly. Our camera equipment is not the best. I've got this crappy microphone that is an absolute pain in the behind when it comes to editing, because you've got to sync this audio with the video audio, and if you don't have it right, then my mouth's moving to not, and the audio doesn't match, and it is super frustrating. We live on a hill basically, and it is super windy. Like, if I take my hat off, you can see my hair, right? So I think the aim for me will eventually be to grab a really nice camera that I can attach a microphone to, and that will solve that issue for sure. But yeah, I just don't have the money for that at the moment, so don't know how long it'll take me to get that. Anyway, I've done enough rambling. I'm going to show you a little bit of our garden. I've planted some new things, so let's just go on and I'll give you a little mini garden tour. So this is the side of our garden. As you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3 long beds. We'll start over here. We've got some strawberries. These were some strawberries that we had originally at our old house before we sold it, and we've moved them to here. We've had kangaroos or rabbits, hares, we call them here, eating it, stealing our strawberries, and then them having to regrow back, which is probably why they haven't sprouted out, because they've been so damaged and they've sort of been focusing on trying to grow themselves back. Maybe, I don't know. But right next to our strawberries, we've got our beets. I've got some gaps in here that I want to plant some more. I did plant them there, but nothing germinated. Next to our beets, we've got our onion. The tops of our onions are starting to go a yellowy color, which means that they're sort of getting close to harvest. Not exactly sure though. We did harvest 2 the other day and they weren't very big, but you know, we'll just give it a little bit more time and see what happens. If you guys have any tips on onions and that, then feel free to share in the comments. Next to the onion, we have some beans. On this side, something has again come in and eaten it, but we've still got 3 over this side there. This was another bed of corn, but again, something has come in and eaten it. So this bed here is our newest bed that we've made up. We made this one up about 2 days ago. We planted some cucumber in this one, so super excited to see how that goes. We haven't ever grown anything with the trellis before, even at the original Bilkurra Homestead, so that's going to be a learning experience for us. We think we might just put a big star picket here or a T-post in here and down that other end and just run a big sheet of hog wire or, you know, mesh or something like that. Over here we have our corn. Again, something else has eaten it, which is annoying me. But anyway, next to the corn we have some black zucchini. I don't know why, but our zucchini gets me super excited. I think it's just the fact that it's growing so big and that it started to flower that really excites me. But guys, you need to have a look at this. Ready? If you make your way through there and have a look at the bottom of that flower, you can see we have got a zucchini growing right there, which I'm super excited about. If you're not a gardener, you probably don't understand my excitement, but if you are a gardener, then I'm sure you can relate. At the original Bilkurra Homestead, we tried growing zucchini. We tried growing it loads. And whenever it would get to that size, it would sort of like rot and then just fall off. Now, I think where we were going wrong was we were watering it really heavy from above it, but I'm pretty sure zucchinis don't like being watered on the top of the leaves. I think they like to be watered down the bottom. Don't quote me on this, I'm not an expert, but I'm sure you can ask Jess, she might know. So yeah, I've just been sort of focusing on watering it down here at the base of it, just down there where the root is. We've got 4 other plants growing in this zucchini bed. I could probably plant a second one in there and I might do that as well. These 2 middle ones were planted at different times. So this one here will probably be the first one that gives us some fruit, and then that far one down there, and then these ones. I'm sort of spacing it out because, you know, you don't want to plant a whole heap of seeds and then have an abundance of fruit and veg that you can't possibly eat. Unless, of course, you are like Sarah from Living Traditions and you're like a canning expert. But even then, we don't have enough to sort of can. So we're sort of just stagger planting so that we have a few weeks where we can just eat from one plant and then be like, oh, we're done there, move along to the next one. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. Anyway, moving on to the next one over. This is something that we haven't told you about and that we haven't shown you either. This bed here is our new strawberry bed. We ordered 25 strawberry runners. They were literally like, I was shocked, honestly. I thought they were going to be a lot bigger than what they were, but they weren't. But they were like that big, literally, and then like a huge root system at the bottom of it. And they were all sort of rubber band together in a plastic bag, wrapped in newspaper and then put into a plastic bag. And I really don't know what I was expecting because I've never ordered anything online, but any type of plants online before, like myself. I was just sort of in my mind, I was expecting like a cardboard box with little seedling holders in it, but no, it wasn't like that at all. So our plans for the future will ultimately be to have this bed here, that bed there, and then that bed over there, all planted with strawberry plants. In our house, we eat a lot of jam. Reese has it on his school sandwiches. Michael takes jam sandwiches to work. I don't particularly like it, but because it's a little too sweet for me, but the boys like it, so why not try and grow it? Those strawberries are called Redland Reds or Redland strawberries. Hold on, I'll find out for you. I see, look. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's starting to come up. Yeah, super excited. Oh, Redland Joy. They're called Redland Joy. So if you know about strawberries, Redland Joy. Don't know if I've ever eaten those ones before, but you know, I'm sure they'll be great either way. But yeah, that's basically it for our garden update. I did end up buying some more seeds online, so I'll give you a little look at those. Plus, I'll take you up to our shed right now. I don't know if you remember or not, but a couple of videos back, I showed you guys the seedlings, the seeds that I was planting in like the seed trays. I had two different varieties. I had two different varieties of bell peppers, capsicums we call them here in Australia. So they've just been living up here behind the shed. I wasn't thinking when I left it up here, but the wind, Jesus, completely knocked over the thing that they were sitting on. But I'll give you a look at them now. So the winds completely knocked over the rack of my seedlings, the rack that my seedlings were sitting on. They all fell out of their little holders. So this is what they look like now. So this is what we've got going. Don't exactly know what's what in terms of the two different types of tomatoes because they're sort of all mixed together. But you can see, just looking at the leaves, what are capsicum or what are bell peppers and what are tomatoes. Just looking at the leaves. So I don't know what variety they're going to be, but I can plant the tomatoes with the tomatoes and the capsicums with the capsicums. But yeah, we did lose a couple, but they're still going. Over the weekend, we plan on trying to sift through another 2 garden beds. We're basically just sifting our beds to remove all the big, large rocks so that every year when we heavily mulch, we can mix it all together and dirt, mulch and manure, trying to make our garden beds as good as we possibly can. The soil, that's what I'm talking about. The soil as good as we possibly can. But yeah, I've got some more seeds that I want to show you quickly. I know this video is going to be a long one, but yeah, we'll take you back down to the garden and I'll show you these new seeds. All right, so we're back at the garden. So I went on, I think it might have been Eden Seeds, or it might, actually no, I think I might have had a look on Eden Seeds, but they didn't have the seeds that I wanted. So these ones are the Diggers Club. They look like this. We've got Tomatoes Valentine. Now I'm pretty sure these tomatoes are going to be like a truss tomato, but like a miniature tomato. So they're sort of going to be like a little vine with a few different cherry tomatoes on it. I'm super excited for those because I want to just roast those like a full vine and then just have it with like a roast chicken or something like that. I reckon that would be amazing. Next up we have some carrots. These ones are Western Reds. So we're not going to be able to plant those ones at the moment because our soil is not ready for carrots. I feel as though you need to have really fine soil without rocks in it or anything like that. So I think what we'll do for that is we might even just bring in soil or just some really good quality composting type soil for our carrots to go into. Not 100% sure on that. Our next ones we have are sunflower seeds. Then we've got, this is what I'm really excited about, guys. Purple passion fruit. I would love to have passion fruit vines going all the way around my garden. Don't necessarily know why. I think passion fruit flowers are weirdly stunning. I think they look awesome. So I think just having a whole heap of passion fruits around our garden might even act as a bit of a windbreak once they've fully spread out. But yeah, I also got some more corn. That was all that we ordered from that particular company. Then the other day we were at Bunnings Warehouse, which is sort of like, which might be like a Tractor Supply where you are. But we got some cucumbers, which is what we planted in that back garden. We got some more corn, and then I got some nasturtiums and just some flour mix, some type of flour mix. Now this is supposed to be some sort of beneficial insect mix. It attracts good insects for your garden, but I'm a little bit skeptical, guys. Come on. I feel as though if it's attracting good insects, chances are it's probably attracting the bad insects as well. I don't know. But I haven't been planting any of these yet because I'm waiting to get a garden ready. But I just realized, like literally right beside me, I have the old strawberry pot that our old strawberries were sitting in. So I'm gonna just dig that up a little bit, take the weeds out, And then I'm just gonna plant a shitload of these flowers and just to see what happens. But yeah, I'll give you an update on those in the future. Obviously it takes time to grow. That's basically the end of this video. Hope you have a little bit of a better understanding of our garden layout, what we're planning on growing, what's currently growing. I know that this video is a crazy long video. Well, probably not crazy long to most other YouTubers, but to us, it definitely is. But you know, I'll just throw it out there anyway, just to see how many people are actually watching it and how long they watch it for. But yeah, if you have, in fact, watched this video up until this point, I just want to say thank you very much. And if you could possibly leave a sunflower emoji in the comments to let me know, that would be absolutely amazing. And yeah, anyway, that is it from me and my garden tour for you this afternoon. I just want to say a massive thank you to Jess from Roots and Refuge Farm for doing this series, because it already 2 episodes in is helping me out so bloody much. So yeah, super grateful to her for that. And I cannot remember that other guy's name. I'm so sorry. But massive thanks to you as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna plant some seeds and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to leave my sunflower emoji. Thanks guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.